My entitled cousins and their parents. So this is going to be the second story I will tell about my family, in particular about my cousins. I'm not sure how old I was when this happened, but it was something like 14 or 15. I had a dog back then, a really small and sweet black dog who wouldn't hurt a fly. That dog did not live with me. I live in a small apartment. Instead he lived with my grandparents. They have a huge backyard. For some background. For my 10th birthday I got a basketball net that was placed at my grandparents'. Me and my cousins would play every weekend. Their father thought it would be a good idea to add a new rule to the game. The one who can hit the dogs gets extra 20 points or something like that. The point is that the whole goal was to hit the dogs with the basketball. Let's keep in mind that we are talking about two small dogs, one of which was already really old. She passed before the time of this story. I hated that, but my family was just like, it's just a dog, don't be stupid about that. So I spent my time taking the ball before it hit the dogs. Still, my little black dog started to be crazy afraid of any kind of balls. Like you couldn't bring a ball near him. The story. One afternoon I was inside the house just getting some water while we were playing, and my cousins were outside. When I got outside they weren't there. Oh boy, I had a bad feeling. I saw my dog sleeping in the sun. When I looked up I saw my two cousins in the balcony holding the basketball. They were being really quiet. I saw them aiming at my dog and throwing the ball at him as hard as they could. I ran to him and was able to catch the ball before it hit him. I was so mad at them I just started crying and ran to the balcony. I just slapped my oldest cousin, and grabbed the younger by the shirt and threw him to the floor. They started crying about how it was just a dog and I was a bitch. I clearly remember saying, if you ever touch my dog again you will never speak to me again. Your dogs are your dogs and you can do what you want with them. But this one you will never touch again. Yes, they had dogs. Two poor sweet things that spent their life in a chain. When they told my parents I was grounded. My mom and my grandparents said I was being too sensitive about that, after all it's just a dog. This was a turning point for my cousins, in particular for the little one, who was around 10 at the time. I never saw him hurting a pet again. My dog passed 3 years later, and I got a new one about 2 months after that. She loves my little cousin and he treats her like a baby. I don't trust anyone that thinks animal cruelty is okay just because it's an animal. Your family sounds like a bunch of dickbags. I'm sorry, I just feel very strongly when people hurt animals. Agree. I have much more respect for animals than for most people. If I have to choose between torturing a dog or a random person, I would probably torture the person. Maybe I'm a bad person and too anti-animal cruelty, but that's how I feel. People who even touch animals in a harmful manner are dead to me. Your family are horrible if they do that to animals. Yeah, I'm the only one in my family that likes animals. At least there's one logical person. And yet they also own animals. My family changed a lot during the last years. Now they all treat their animals like babies. But they treat all the other animals like shit. That's the problem. Kudos to you for stepping in. It does make me wonder if they purposefully tried to hit you by aiming for the dog the second time though. They did not know I was there. You can't see the inside of the house from the balcony, but you can see the balcony from the house. Well, at least your cousins seem to have changed now. I've seen abused or neglected pets, particularly reptiles. I've got a beardie that has MBD and is permanently deformed because the people that had her didn't do proper research, had another beardie that I don't think was ever taken out and may have been attacked by a dog as he was scared of them. I take them all the ones I can out during warmer weather, and I've had people jokingly threaten to kill them if they got close, and had kids who were old enough to know better, we're talking like 8 to 10 here, think that it's okay to be a bit rougher when petting them and have tried pulling on their tails. Most kids are wonderful with them, but there are some who I don't think should have any pets.